award-winning documentary, Five Broken Cameras, Emad Burnat, to say a few words.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. And thank you for your support. First, I want to thank Rhythm and Cinema Politica Film Festival for inviting me and showing my film, my story, sharing my story with you. Yeah, first when I started filming, I used to be part, I used to take part of the struggle in my village with my people, and I decided to take part with my camera. So in the beginning, I was not thinking to make films because I didn't realize that the struggle in my village will keep so long time. So after a few months, I saw people coming to give support, to participate in my village. And I saw people came to make films, directors or filmmakers. And they were asking me to give them footage because I was the only cameraman in the village who captured everything in the day, in the night, and the one who lived there, who stayed there, and for a long time. So I gave them footage, I gave many documentaries footage, but I got the idea early in the beginning to make film about me. The idea came from one of my friends. So I said, okay, I will make my film, but not now because many films were made about the subject, and another film was a non-finished documentary. One filmmaker, Israeli filmmaker, who was doing a documentary about the village. It's called Bil'in, My Love. So I said there were many documentaries made about the village and about the subject, about the war, about Palestine and Israel. And I said I'm not going to make a film now because I don't want to make the same kind of films like politics or more about reports, things again. So I said I want to make film, personal film, but I'm not going to make this film now. I will keep filming. I will keep following the struggle in my village, following my friends, my brothers, following my son growing up. And once the time comes, I start the project. But at the same time, I was looking for support and for fun to start the editing, to start the project. Yeah, in the beginning, the army always was trying to stop the movement and the struggle in the village by a different way, by arresting kids or arresting people or journalists or shooting cameras. So, but now after the fence was removed, the old fence, and a new wall was built on the land, on the village land, but it's more quiet than before. So it was more strong before. Now the army is react from the other side, from the Israeli side, in the Friday demonstration, when the people go to demonstrate next to the wall. And the wall now is more far from the village, it's more close to the settlement, but the people are keeping and continue the struggle every Friday. And many people come every Friday from outside to participate, to give support to the people in the village. And the people decide to keep the struggle and to continue because the wall, it's not a big victory for the village. It's a victory, but it's not a big victory. Not all the land we got, not all the land. part of the land we got back, but most of the people in the village, they didn't get their land back. So we decided to keep the struggle against the new wall. Yeah, since the film was ready last November, it's almost 1 year, I did not expect all these fans and reactions. So the reaction was good always, and I've been touring with the film around the world, hundreds of screening, and the reaction very good, very strong impact. But the question is for the audience, always for the people. My question is, what's next? What you can do? What you gonna do? So I made this film. We made this film. I made this film with help. Many people helped me to make this film, and I made it. It's about 7 years of filming and documenting. It's about the daily life, it's about reality and truth, and it's more about the humans. So we are all humans, so something is connected us together. It's our humanity. So I gave you this work, I gave you this film, and my question is for you, what's next? What you gonna do?
Outside Bil'in, are you getting some funding? Are you getting some help or not?
You mean for the village, for the people?
For the village, for the village.
For the village, what I know, we are not getting nothing from outside. There's no fund for the village. We are getting just the support of the people, the support of the activists who come from outside to support the village.
Thank you.
The other question is if there.
What kind of reconciliation would you like to see out of this?
What I think I like to see that people more active, and so you can be more active and you can be more effective about our case or about the Palestinian case, and to put more pressures on your governments to change, to make some change. And I believe that every one of you know what's to do and what's the best way to help or to give support. Yeah, the film was shown in Israel in cinema and TV, and my college is Israeli activist, and we were working together since the beginning of 2010, writing and constructing the story, the film. And the film was shown in Cinematheque in Tel Aviv and in different cities in Israel, and it was shown in Channel 8 in TV, Israeli TV.
What was the reaction?
I went I was in Jerusalem in one screening in Jerusalem Film Festival, and the reaction was good. The people liked the film, the people loved the film. And I knew from one of my friends who live in Tel Aviv that the Cinematheque always full, and there are many people outside are waiting to get in to watch the film. But I never get to know the reaction of the people in Tel Aviv or in different cities. But what I know that I I had a discussion with people after the screening in Jerusalem, and so I feel that they love the film and they are moved and touched by the story. But when you speak about the, the, the political things and when you get deep speaking about political issue, so I feel that we get in a close, there's no solution. So it's very important that the people not just to watch film. It's important to take the film with them outside and to think about the story, to think about it, and to think about to change the mentality, how the people think.
Yeah.
Sarah, come on, come here. Sarah Celine, she's from Tel Aviv.
I was born and raised in Montreal, but I moved to Israel 12 years ago. And 3 years after that, I became an activist, and that's basically how we met. It's a very long story. But in response to the question about the reaction about the film, I also worked on the film Bil'in Habibti, Bil'in My Love, which is also about Bil'in, but had a totally different reaction. What's very, very powerful about this film, it's that it talks about the inside, about what happens on the inside, the day-to-day life, the hardships, the children that are there, and that is very strong. And Israelis get, like, not everyone, of course, but many Israelis get for the first time a chance to look inside what happens. Because demonstration, like, everybody looks at the news and you don't know anything about, like, what really happens after the demonstration, after the struggle, after somebody gets shot, killed, arrested. And this film really gives a look into it. So the response even in Israel was very good, as opposed to other films that are not less good, but are more activist, more political, more aggressive. This is really gives a nice message to Israelis, and it allows them to think, about the situation. It's not going to help in the long run, but well, it may help. It may hate something. I'm quite pessimistic about the situation, but that's a really good story.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. You know, the movement started before Bil'in in other villages, in Budrus and Biddu and in different villages. And people got killed there. In Biddu, maybe 5 or 6 people being killed in peaceful, non-violent demonstrations. And the movement was very strong in Budrus. But when the movement got to Bil'in, we decided also to take this way, the non-violence way, the peaceful way, as the village way to resist, to protest. And we were joined by Israeli activists and international activists. And so why Bil'in became like a symbol for the Palestinian community and the international community, and everyone now know Bil'in as a symbol for Palestine. Because my village and the popular committee in the village, we create new ideas about the actions and the demonstrations every week. So we were thinking about the next action and the next new idea. So we succeeded to bring more people to the village to give support, and we succeeded to bring more media to focus in the new actions. So the media like the new way of the actions, and they were looking for a new thing to focus on. and we succeeded to bring more people and more politics to the village, so the village became like a symbol, and we were inspiring other people, other villages to start and to begin the struggle in their villages. And the popular committee in the village were helping them to start and to give them new ideas about how to start. But you know, after 7 years of doing the same thing in Bil'in or in Budrus or in other places, the people get tired and people went to jail and people, so the situation affected the people. So the economic situation and the political situation affected the people and the village. So the movement was not growing, especially the Israeli movement. What I felt and what I know, that the Israeli movement was not growing. So each time, each week or months after months, you see less people are coming from Israel. In the beginning, there were 50 or 60 or 70 every week, but after that, you see maybe 30, and now you see just 10 or 15. So there's other villages are doing the same thing, but it's not so strong because, as before, because of the political situation or because of the economic situation, and because the people they don't see any change on the ground, any political situation change or any change on the ground, or so people get tired of this. About films, I connected to cinema and to filmmaking through my camera and through my story, through my village, and I'm keeping and shooting, and I will keep shooting to be witness and for many purposes, and I will think about the next project, but for me is more important is this project, this film, because this film takes me many years to make it, and I feel that this film is the whole story of my life, of my village and my people. So I am very hopeful to see change about after screening this film over the world, and I need to see this change, and I want to see this change to keep doing more films. So for me, it's not just to make film and another film and another film. For me, it's to make change.